Hey guys, so I'm going to quickly kind of overview the list of banned topics and um, some cautionary tales. Everything that's on this list is something that either is a strict no, or it's something that if you think you have a good idea with it, you need to cover it with me before you attempt it, because everything on this list is on here for a very good reason. It's here because it's been done and done and done. It's here because people tend to produce superficial projects. It tends to be because people struggle with the research. Everything here is here because it really is at least a no or a cautionary tale, and I add a little bit every semester to this. So I'm just going to want to go through this list with you and kind of leave the screencast up so that you can come back through and hear the explanation for different things. So I'm going to go through the first column over here. So abortion, no. It's one of those that, again, people get really very heated about. You're unlikely in the length of the paper we're going to write for this class to really change somebody's mind about it. And people really do tend to struggle with the research for this one. Nature versus nurture, because it's always both. There's never a time when you're going to find that it's nature or nurture. People tend to research nature versus nurture in relation to specific issues. So nature versus nurture with a certain type of violence, nature versus nurture with education performance. It's always both. So if you're going to pick something like nature versus nurture, it has to be that you're looking into which factors in more in a specific issue. Stress in college. I've had one or two really good projects with this, but it has to be really probative. It always ends up being some sort of really like how-to guide, like you should do your homework or you should go to bed early. That's how you avoid stress in college. And it's really hard to dig deep enough with this one to really make it not superficial. Eating disorders is a main focus. You're welcome to research issues that include eating disorders as part of the issue, but the problem with looking into just eating disorders as a main focus and main question is that it ends up just being a list of all the eating disorders that are available and what's how the names have changed, and it ends up being again more of a encyclopedia list. Tattoos in the workplace. We'll talk about that one in class. Stem cell research, capital punishment, the existence of God, life after death, the reality of witchcraft. Don't laugh. It wouldn't be on here if it hadn't been attempted. Anything about the reliability of criminal investigations, because there's so much variety. You can do a lot of research and good topics with our judicial system. The reliability of certain types of criminal investigations, it's really hard to actually get that information. And even the cases where things are available, it ends up being just a series of case studies that end up being unrelated. Second column here, lowering the drinking age. Come on. Changing the driving age. Illegal immigration, I am going to open up. I still leave it kind of as a cautionary tale because you need to pick a current issue happening with immigration in order to make this one work. Legalization of marijuana as a general issue. Euthanasia and assisted suicide. Conspiracy theories, because if you could find the research to prove or disprove it, it wouldn't be a conspiracy theory. Yeah. Gun control. The dangers of pit bulls and pet restrictions, because there's no real way to answer those questions. The answer, I mean, what you end up coming up with is a lot of people saying, I have a pit bull and it's super nice. Student or professional athlete pay, drug use of any kind with regard to sports, concussions, and football. Here's the last column over here. A lot of these are cautionary tales. Smoking bans, comparisons of religion. We'll talk about this one in class too. Any sort of just evaluative comparison where it's this or that. I'm just kind of picking between two things. Impact of social media on teens is a general issue because there's lots of specific issues with social media and teens, so that's way too general. Same thing, the impact of screen time is way too general. There's specific issues. If you're going to go with something like this, it really needs to be broken down into something specific. Air pollution is a general issue just because it ends up producing a how-to guide of like how to recycle and avoid air pollution. Same-sex marriage. Other LGBTQ issues are allowed. This one's just done. Evolution versus creationism. Fitness, not health. Health-related questions. And even, I'm going to say the same thing with religion. You can ask lots of good questions about religion that are researchable topics. You can ask lots of good questions about health. Health makes an excellent inquiry idea. It has to be something specific, and fitness isn't necessarily something that works, because what ends up happening is people producing a list of the exercises I should be doing, or the dietary supplements people should be taking, or the best protein shake. Again, a guide on how to get in shape is not the same thing as asking a health-related question. The reality of global warming and texting and driving. So these are the things I've added. If you're hearing one of these and you think you can make it work, or you have an idea for how to get something specific out of it, you're welcome to run it by me. And we are going to go over this list also in class, but I'm also kind of leaving it here with this studio, just so you can kind of reference it as you're doing your reading about current issues, so you know whether or not you're reading about something that's potentially something you wouldn't be able to research anyway.